I see your ear. I'm like really close to it.
Yeah, you were getting real close. You
Mobe.
you can bring yourself in the front if you'd like, especially because I'm,
Allow me.
you know, towering above you. I don't want my ears to constantly slap you in the face.
Ow.
So thank you for the 59 months, Koji. That was before I was a VTuber.
Oh my gosh. What?
Yeah, back when I streamed League of Legends, they're one of the OGs. Yeah, it's almost 5 fucking years. In a month, it's gonna be my 4th year anniversary. Yeah, June 6th.
Gosh. Oh wait, you know what you should do? You should play League of Legends.
Do you care about mental health at all? Are you an advocate, or are you trying to? Would you play it with me?
Yes, I'm part of the problem. I would absolutely play League.
Okay,
Yes.
so for the thumps, normally we have a naming scheme for it. It's either thump and blank or thumping blank. What would you like our naming scheme to be for this episode, this thump?
Thumping breads.
Depending on which bread you use, that could be an entirely different meaning. Well, time for you to introduce yourself. Come on.
I am a fellow bunny, floppy-eared. We got both big floppas. I'm a green bunny. I'm a camping bunny. I like the outdoors. I like touching grass. Yeah.
Why? You're the opposite of a VTuber. You're not supposed to touch grass. You're supposed to stay in.
No, we like grass. Yeah.
Okay, why are you green?
Why am I green?
Yeah.
You can't just say that.
Well, you can't just ask people.
You can't just say that. Oh my gosh, Sherry. Why am I green?
Yeah. What? Well, you're.
You know, have you ever heard of a sloth?
A what?
A sloth? The animal?
Oh, I thought you were making a fucking slob on these nuts joke for a second. I thought you were trying to set me up.
No, it's not like a deep nuts
sloth.
joke.
Yes, okay.
Yes,
I do know the animal. Yes, I watched Ice Age.
Yeah, they have like fungus on their fur.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you touch them, they're kind of achy.
So what color is your hair actually?
You'll find out later, I guess.
That is code word for you have no idea. Yeah, probably the yellow. Yeah, but that yellow strip right there is like on top though.
Oh,
so it couldn't
thing?
be that one. Yeah, the banana thing. So that can't be your original hair because that would be the one that's most exposed to the fungi.
Oh.
Okay, so you're a little bit of a special case.
Wait, we need
You're okay. Well, I wasn't calling you special. Okay. Well, you're the first person that has a past secret life. I was able to sniff this out in a little call that we had beforehand, and you came completely clean to me because of my amazing sniffer. We're not just going to be talking about your current green bunny self, but we're also going to be talking a little bit about your previous life.
Yeah.
But the question, what do you rather start with? The lively bunny scout or like the ghost of your past?
Oh, the ghost of my past.
Yeah. Which one would you rather start with the thumb?
I guess we can start off with the ride, the scout, and then we can go into the ghost of my past.
That was smooth, right? Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I spent like 2 minutes writing that out. It was pretty sick.
Yes.
What originally made you decide to go away from the tacti tuber that you were to the bunny scout that you are now?
I felt like I was kind of locked into a niche. I was tactical in the past, but I didn't actually know much about guns.
That's gonna fuck with some of these other questions I have.
Oh no!
We're both gonna be confused because I don't know shit about it either. Do you still like guns?
Okay, I think like the gun hobby is like a spectrum. I think there's like gun enjoyers, but then it gets into like extreme gun. I like to call it guntism.
What's your guntism level?
Oh, probably like 1 out of 10. I like guns because I watched a lot of like action movies with my dad when I was younger.
Aww.
And so I kind of fell in love with like the whole kind of badass like pew 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 like gun stuff. But I think it's like a little too complicated for my brain. There's just a lot of knowledge when it comes to guns. There's all types of different words and ammo.
Yeah, I mean guns are like cars to me. There's a lot of them and they all do the same thing. They just sound different.
They just sound different. I like the look of them.
There's cool skins in like Valorant or
Oh.
CS:GO, like turning it into a dragon. That's cool.
What? There's a dragon gun?
Yeah. I had to resist the urge to see a dragon this time. So, I mean, you already kind of know from the fact that I've shown you so many, like how much of like the races that I'm showing you and like all my lore stuff. I showed you my anime, I showed you all that stuff. Now, I would love for you to just go into intense detail about your lore, and then I will deep dive into your lore and
no.
question every single thing about it. I'm going to break cracks into your lore if there are any.
Well, you see, my previous character had a lot of lore, but with this one, I kind of just said, I'm gonna be a green camping bunny. That's all. There's no lore. There's no story. I'm so sorry, Shiri. Lore doesn't exist for Bunny Rye.
Well, thanks for coming, everyone. Thanks for... But your past self had so much lore.
Yeah.
What happened?
It was pretty easy to write lore for Rye because I was in a project with other existing girls. So I kind of stuck myself into their existing stories where I'm just kind of a lone bunny.
I guess you'll be creating your story now, like with your little vlogs and your stuff like that.
Yeah.
It'll be expanding. You're learning. You're telling the story as it happens instead of already telling them the story.
My past is mysterious.
Okay. Now I got two last meme questions for this. Is your greatest fear really yeast infection?
Is my greatest fear yeast infection?
Yes.
Siri, I think you're pretty good at this journalism stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Tell the class what this is about. Give us the lore.
When you're a piece of bread, naturally, you know, just
Uh-huh.
the yeast. Hey, don't say it like that, Siri.
So do you have a
Listen.
yeast infection?
Not right now.
Do you not? What do you mean not right now? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? With a VTuber Nardwar. Yeah, absolutely. Did I actually get a genuine Nardwar reaction out of you? Were you
Yes.
like, how did you know?
Write that down. Don't write it down.
Come on, give us the lore. Give us the yeast infection lore, please and thank you.
Okay, so one time I went kayaking for a long time, and like my bread was like underneath the water, submerged for probably maybe 6 hours. And you know, after that, you know, when bread is soggy for a prolonged amount of time, you know, it just things happen, science, and the yeast everywhere, all over the place.
When we're talking about bread, was the bread sentient and alive, or was the bread you?
The bread was me, of course. Isn't that crazy, Siri?
It's wonderful. Has it happened more than once? Is it a reoccurring fear? Is it a fear because it keeps happening?
No, it is a fear because it's happened 2 times. I don't know, like, if you want to know the. So, in order to get healed from, you know, you gotta go to the doctor, and they give you an egg, and you gotta like.
What?
They give you an egg.
Are you
It's
wait? Is this real? Do they actually give you an egg?
Yes. It's like it looks exactly like an egg, but just tiny, and it's medication. But you gotta. It goes up the bread.
Oh.
And it heals you, and you have to do that multiple times. That's why I hate it.
Oh my god.
It's my fear.
Wouldn't you have a fear of eggs too?
I'm actually allergic to eggs, but I still...
Then how did you survive putting it inside of you?
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Did it come out?
No, it dissolves.
Oh.
It dissolves.
You know, that could have been your practice for being an Easter bunny. That could have been... That could have been...
Happy Easter!
Happy. Sorry, the egg that I was gonna give you dissolved inside me. I had a yeast. Imagine going up to your Easter bunny and being like, "Oh, stop! Don't ignore the."
Just hold on, you'll have a Merry Easter. Just give me 3 more seconds.
Easter, happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter! Happy Easter!
Oh. So have you ever heard of pea before?
Oh, peeps. Those little
No,
marshmallow-
no, 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 no. Pea. piss, urine.
Have I heard of that before?
Yeah, have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, a few times.
Have you ever ingested piss before, perchance?
Okay, how about you? You first, Shirrty.
No, I haven't. Let alone not on stream.
Is this pee we're talking about?
Yes, nectar, golden shower, golden water.
So like we're not talking about like
No,
unification.
no. I'm asking, have you
For the
drank your
funnies.
own pee before?
Oh yeah. Yeah. All the time.
All the time. Have you ever done it on stream before?
Rye has not. No.
That's not my question.
Oh.
Your Bear Grylls is her idol. I had to watch the clip, so dear God, you have to talk about the clip. If my eyes watched you stalling for 3 minutes.
Listen, you're not ready for this. No one's ready for this. Not even my management's ready for this.
Sniffing it.
Shirrty, smell check. Not that bad.
You are
Shirrty-
to explain yourself.
Shirrty, let me just say first off, you are a very dedicated journalist. I respect the work. It must be hard out there. It's really
Yeah, it was
difficult.
very hard. It was.
This is for you.
Is that the real reason you have the strand of yellow hair?
Nah.
$600 lemonade. You know, honestly, I thought it would have been higher. I know Line Chew pissed for ASMR for $1,000 on stream live. And then for another 1,000, he pissed on the mic.
What's happening?
And oh my God, you guys would be twinsies.
What do you mean by that? I'm sure Lion Chew also likes olives.
Is that why you like olives? Is it because they're like pea grapes to you?
You know? I think you're onto something.
No, I don't want to be. I'm just, I'm not supposed to be on to something. Okay, we're going into the other questions. You ready? You ready to handle
Ready.
this? I started with the de-stressor.
Oh, the deep sigh.
Yeah, I'm pulling out my cats. We're doing an apology video. So we did kind of hint at it a little bit before, but you were originally part of Corpo. I wanted to actually kind of dive into the Corpo itself first. On a scale, like how big was this Corpo? Like how well known of like Corpos? You know, you got Hololive, you got VShows, you got stuff like this. Like, was this one of the more known Corpos, or was it one of the low-key ones where it's like a group of 5 people and it's like the agency has like 1,000 follower Twitter?
I would say that with the announcement of its first English generation, it got a lot of eyes on it.
What was it like actually being in a Corpo?
It was definitely fun. Like the experience was unlike indie life. It's kind of like being part of like a team. So you go from indie working by yourself and kind of being your own boss to now having a system. Yeah, a direction and a system in place. But it was definitely like a fun challenge for my brain. I learned so much valuable information. So now that I come back as an indie, I kind of like know like the tricks and the hacks, you know.
Would you like to give a nugget or so that you wish you knew when you were indie?
There is a thing that a lot of VTubers know now, but it was farming the YouTube Shorts algorithm. Always use VTuber in the title of the YouTube Shorts.
I did look at your YouTube shorts and I did see that every single one of them has VTuber. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a difference between using hashtag VTuber and VTuber?
It was like usually the keywords is who, what, where, when, why, and then the word VTuber. Those are very eye-catching to the algorithm.
Yeah.
And then it's also posting every single day at the same time to boost
Oh,
yourself.
fuck that.
Yeah, it's
No, thank
tough.
Was there any kind of like limits on the type of content that you can make?
I think they learned that over time. I think I was definitely testing the limits, breaking rules that didn't exist yet.
What were some of those things? What were some of the boundaries that you ended up crossing?
Well, the lemonade stream you saw, Shirrty. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, by the way, you had to see that.
That was wonderful. I'll watch it again. I'll set it as my ringtone.
Oh no! Got a message saying, "Shut it down."
You're telling me corpos can't drink their own piss? What a fucked up day. Did they ever tell you what happened that made it so it's no longer approved?
They got scared. They didn't think it would get this, I guess, popular. A lot of people were watching and they got scared.
I guess, okay, the question is, would that actually be TOS?
Or wait, what was it?
I think
Like
on
dyed
Twitch
water?
it would be TOS. On YouTube, you could always mark it as an educational stream.
Exactly, thank you. Yes, it was very educational. The more water I drink, the more cups it produced. If there were 8 small cups on the table, filled 1/3 of a way, how many cups of water did she drink?
How many
Very educational.
Yeah, after flower shop after the hours. I know, here, we'll change the setting. Hold on. we'll
Oh,
go
no,
something a little more
don't-
fitting.
Don't take me there, please. I don't want to go
No,
there.
you're going to the
No,
horny
no,
jail.
no, no.
We're taking you to horny jail.
I don't like it here. I don't belong here. I did nothing wrong.
You did so many things wrong. That's why you are here. You did.
Tell me one thing I did wrong, Shirrty. What thing?
Where do I start?
Where did he stop?
Where do I start? At least I think Rye is not fucking innocent. Have you been in this stream at all?
Oh my gosh.
Have you-
Listen. Look how nice and colorful and welcoming I look. I'm so
Did you see
cute.
how red their face went when I started talking about knots?
Yeah, bread nuts. I love bread nuts. You know? Yeah, I like that. It's so doughy.
Yeah, I'm sure you love getting bread by nuts. Yes, and yes, you're right. And now we're finally we've had enough of the de-stressing. Now we'll get into the actual questions.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Azrael, what is GFE?
GFE, the girlfriend experience. Wait, what? Yeah, GF, girlfriend. Oh, oof, I thought I messed up. Girlfriend experience. GFE.
Mhm.
I guess a form of content where you create content that focuses primarily on. How do I word this?
I was about to word it very meanly, but I chose not to. Is it too safe to say that this was the major type of content that you made, at least in the beginning?
That is kind of tough to answer because before debuting, we were asked, well, what kind of content do you want to make? And they had brought up GFE
Mhm.
and they had said, is that something you want to do? And I'm like, not really. And so we kind of just left it at that, right? And then when I debuted, I guess I had accidentally fell into it. That's a problem, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
Did you know much about it? Like, we're first starting off.
off. No, I didn't. I didn't know anything about it. Had I said at the beginning, like, okay, I do want to try GFE, they would have, I assume they would have, like, kind of taught me basic etiquette or what not to do and what to do as a GFE creator. But because I guess, never really specified that I wanted to do it, I never really learned. And by saying I accidentally fell into it, I was basically kind of, it's hard. It's so hard to explain.
So you kind of just naturally ended up being
Yeah.
kind of close to your audience, even if it wasn't intentional, kind of diving into somewhat of a parasocial experience, correct? Yeah.
I definitely yearned for like a closer connection with my audience. Not in a way where I initially thought GFE is what I want to do. Again, I kind of just fell into wanting GFE like qualities.
You wanted the closeness of the audience without the negatives that can come from that type of audience.
At the time, I didn't really understand that there was even negatives.
Do you see any negatives with it now, or is it still no negatives?
I don't think there's necessarily negatives with GFE. I think there's definitely ways to go about it in a healthy way. I was not prepared for it because initially I did not plan for it. I wasn't really kind of taught it.
Okay, that makes sense. Because when I think of it, I think of like, it could very, very easily be unhealthy when you start, like,
Oh, yeah.
especially if you don't set boundaries, if you don't set certain
Yes.
things, if it's like them not knowing if it's roleplay, them not knowing if it's real, when you start going between the
Right.
boundaries and stuff like that. What made you break out of that? Why did that become a bad thing for you?
It was eventually very hard to upkeep because I guess I gave myself a type of schedule where I would post a lot, I would update a lot, and at the point where I wasn't really able to do that because of mental and personal issues, there were these expectations that I kind of dogged this hole myself that I was no longer to upkeep. And so at that point, I realized this is not good for my mental. I can't upkeep this. I can't continue doing this because it will continue to hurt me. And I didn't know how to get out of it. At the time, I didn't know how to do that transition, and so I had seek my management for advice. Like, okay, what do I do? You know?
And were they just like, pull the plug, delete everything?
I was given like a Google Slides, and it was basically like, do this, and then do this, and then do that, and you're all good to go.
Did it work?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. I had fulfilled what was kind of given to me in that presentation, and the public feedback was different. There were two sides to the public feedback, the reaction to that. There's the very, very positive feedback, which was really amazing to hear. And then, of course, there's the negative.
I feel like the negative would be a little more vicious too, especially if they're attached to you.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that
And
being...
so it was really heartbreaking, because then I was like, okay, maybe this wasn't the right decision to do. So I check in with management, and they just say, oh, you're doing great. Keep it up. And I'm like,
okay.
are you sure?
Would you have done it differently if you had just not asked management? Like, do you think it would have gone better if you didn't have management being like, yep.
Yes. I think if I gave myself some time to think about it.
The only problem with that is like it's going to be really hard to think about something when you're in a deep depression and alone, and also like you're not going to be able to think clearly. And,
right on the spot with that.
Yeah, no, that's...
So coming to management was like my only source of light at the time. And they basically kind of, wrote out a general plan. And I did that general plan, and it ended up hurting me even worse.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be like 5 minutes. I'm gonna get some water and take care of a few things. You can hop in front of me. Try not to make too many puddles, and entertain everyone.
Oh, if I put... Nick Wild Zootopia Transparent. You guys are not ready for this. Yes! 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 Oh, fuck, it's a JPEG! Today, we have Nick Wild. I am interviewing Nick Wild for the Thumples today, for the Thumples stream. Thanks for watching a shirrty stream. I'm Shirrty. And we're interviewing... It's Nick Wild! Hey, Nick Wild. My name's Shirrty, and I was a journalist. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. Who's your crush? Oh, I really like rice bread. Oh, is that true? Yeah. Hold on, my lips are kind of chapped and dry. That's okay. I brought you a nice quencher. Please enjoy. Oh, thank you. You're such a good host, Shirrty. Yeah, no problem, Nick Wild. Open and wide. Hey, Nick Wild. So, how does it feel being the star of Zootopia 2? Oh, I didn't go this far with the script, guys. I didn't think this would go this long. Wait. I gotta delete the evidence. I think Shirrty's gonna come back soon. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. So when Shirrty asks, what I missed, guys? And then you guys reply, nothing happened. Can you guys agree?
What?
Hey, welcome back. You were taking a nap, so I thought it would be nice and put a sleeping mask on your model.
What'd you do?
What?
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
What'd you do?
I was simply taking care of a good friend. I put a sleeping mask on you when you were sleeping.
Eclair, snitch immediately, please.
No! Nothing happened, Shirrty. You can trust my word.
Zootopia roleplay. Oh god. Oh no.
Shirrty, you asked me what I was known for, and I said skits and roleplays.
Am I gonna be pregnant in the morning? Sorry guys, it folded under pressure immediately.
Nick said the lemonade that Rai gave him... I don't know. I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, Shirrty, what kind of questions did you...
Eclair, jingle jingle, Eclair, Eclair.
No, not the jingles.
Jingle jingle, Eclair.
Alright, well, I'll be back with League of Legends with Shirrty. I'll see you later, Fluffles.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, how do I leave VC? Oh, where's the button? Oh, what the fuck?
You enjoying the song?
I am. There's this one catchy song that Okay, maybe that's not gonna help you. Never mind. I take it. Never mind. Don't listen
You're
to me.
so ADHD. Holy shit.